Hello, my little nuggets. Sultan Sketches here. I just wanted to quickly announce that we now have merch. Wow, how exciting! Now you too can be as kawaii desu as I am. Hoodies, mugs, pins, we got it all. Head over to crowdmade.com/Sultan Sketches to grab your merchandise today. Thanks so much for watching. Kay, love you. Bye.
Sultan? Are you alright there, buddy?
What do you mean?
You sound very animated.
I've always sounded like this.
That's it. No more anime for you, man.
Nani?
This video is part 2 to this story. If you haven't seen the first part, the link will be in the description and information card. I recommend watching it before you watch this video. Without further ado, let's begin. The day after my first sleep paralysis experience, I sought out Lisa at school, whose real name is Melissa, and I told her I needed to discuss something with her. Melissa and I were extremely close, so she already knew what I was going to say. The first thing that she did was slap me. I guess I deserve that. Melissa and I sat and spoke that entire day about everything. I explained to her what I felt, and she explained to me what she felt. I told her that the first night I had had that dream, or whatever it was, it felt like something had opened. Like something had been unlocked. Those were the only words I could use to roughly explain how I felt that night. Her whole life, Melissa has had to deal with supernatural occurrences. I can't get into the stories, but they were heavy. Melissa explained to me that, from her experience, the more you learn about them, the more you research into it, the more you think about it, the more likely it happens to you. This was why she never wanted to speak about it, to protect me. She also did a little bit of digging on lucid dreaming, and there were several comments online saying that people believe lucid dreaming is dangerous because they think it involves your soul leaving your body, making your body vulnerable to evil things, things that try to take over your body. Now, I want to restate that nowhere in these videos am I trying to explain what sleep paralysis is or explain why it happens. Also, nowhere in this video am I stating what I personally believe in. I'm just retelling the story exactly how I was told, and exactly how I remember it. I want you guys to know exactly what I heard, so you can kind of guess what sort of mindset I was in at the time. You're more than free to disagree or research into it and come to your own conclusions, however, just be safe. Melissa told me the likelihood of it happening again soon was slim, but she prepared me just in case. She gave me advice on what to do in case it ever happened again. I thanked Melissa for the advice, and hoped I would never have to use it. Some people never get sleep paralysis. Some people only have it once in their life. I would be fine. What are the chances of it happening again? I was 14 when I had my first sleep paralysis experience. I'm now 21 and the only thing that has changed is the intensity. Over the years, it became more frequent and more frightening. I get sleep paralysis 2 to 5 times a week. Sometimes I'm lucky and I go a whole month without it, and sometimes I'm not so lucky and I have it every night. My mother noticed that it happened more often when I was stressed and anxious about something. During my high school exams, I had them religiously every night. My parents believe that it's just stress and it's just my body being extremely tired and my brain not being able to sleep, or something like that. I've tried so many things to counter sleep paralysis. I had a lady come and burn sage in my room, to ward off spirits, I believe. My mother also placed salt in the corner of my rooms, and she often prays for me when I wake up from an episode. I also wear a necklace that is said to ward off evil, and none of it works. So, it must be health related. I try to relax and be carefree. I tried to get as much sleep and rest as possible. I took sleeping pills, anti-stress pills, any pills I thought might help, but that didn't work either. In fact, the sleeping pills made the episodes go on even longer, so I stopped using those real quick. No matter what I tried, I just couldn't seem to escape it. I often sit in my room, just staring at the wall, refusing to go to sleep. Sometimes before I go to bed, I can hear it coming. It's a weird feeling, but the bass-like sound begins and I quickly get up before I can fall asleep, or half fall asleep, or whatever it is. This happened once when I stayed over at a friend's house, and my friend walked in on me crying, rocking back and forth, muttering, "It's coming, it's coming." To say he was freaked out would be an understatement. I thought maybe my house was haunted, but we recently moved and it still happens. My siblings have also experienced sleep paralysis, but they don't see or hear anything. They just can't move or speak. I get so agitated. Why me? What have I done wrong? I'm so over it. I hate it so much. I'm going to share some of my worst experiences I've encountered with sleep paralysis. Over time, sleep paralysis has changed for me. Instead of the bass sound, I hear screeching. Not like a scream, but you know when you've been to a party with blasting music, and then you come home and try to sleep and you hear that buzzing in your ear? Amplify that sound by about 10 and that's what I hear. The sound is so overbearing and the pressure on my head is intense. The sound sucks, but that's not the worst part at all. I get different levels of sleep paralysis. I'll try to explain each of them in this video. The first is the basic kind, the one from the previous night. I can't move or scream at all, and even though my eyes are closed, I can still see a dark black figure coming towards me. This kind of sleep paralysis was what I usually got when I was experiencing it 7 years ago. It happened a lot back then, but now it rarely happens compared to the other two. The second kind is the nightmare sleep paralysis. This is the most common form I get these days. I'll be in bed and the screeching will begin, except I'm able to force my eyes open slightly, completely if I try hard enough. And sometimes I'm able to get up and move, if only just. My body feels limp, but at the same time the screeching overflows my entire being and the pressure is enormous. So when I do move, it's very rigid and it hurts. And the things I see are terrifying. There was once a time I felt myself rising. I realized my body was floating and moving towards the right side of my bed. My bed is lifted from the floor, so there's enough space for someone to lay under the bed, or something. My body began to lower next to my bed and I began to freak out. I just knew that that black thing was going to be under my bed and I didn't want to see it. I tried to wake up as much as I could, but it wasn't working. Lower and lower and lower, until I could see under the bed. And there it was. For a split second I saw it. And then I woke up. I woke up on the floor, on the right side of my bed. Another time, I saw a little girl across my room. I tried to sit up, and when I finally could, she was gone. I looked to the other side of the room, and she was standing there. A little girl with blonde pigtails and a dress. And she was giggling. I swear on my life, I remember trying to scream that and run out of the room, but the girl charged towards my face. Her face morphed into a black figure and it started to cackle. As soon as it hit me, I woke up. There are also times I'll have sleep paralysis and I'll wake up. I'll wake up and I scream for my mother, or I run and try to find my mother. I always look for her. And I never find her. Sometimes she will call out to me and say she's coming, or sometimes I know she's behind the door. But whenever I'm just about to see her, I realize I'm not awake. And I can't explain how I know this, but whatever it is that's calling out to me isn't my mother. It's something pretending to be her. I start to scream and try to force myself awake, and I do. I always do right before I see her. The last form of sleep paralysis I get is by far the worst one. I call them episodes. The episodes are exactly like the nightmares, but I can't wake up. I will have a sleep paralysis episode, and when I finally wake up, I'm in a different one. And I know I'm still in it, so I try to force myself awake again, and when I finally can, I'm in another one. This can go on for up to 5 to 6 times. The feeling of being in this nightmare and not being able to wake up, the screeching sounds continuously resonating throughout my body, the images and the noises I hear, it is beyond scary. This happened a few weeks ago actually, and in the episode I ran to my mother. And it was the black thing again. I tried to wake up and I was back where I was. I ran again. This time I tried to find my father. When I found him, I begged him to help me. Please, Baba, I'm asleep. I can't get out. Help me, help me. My father told me to try again, and I said it wouldn't work. He then placed his hand on my shoulder and said, "Try one more time." I tried it again, and then I finally woke up. Sometimes I'll stay silent, other times I'll cry. I'm continuously tired. Even though I need sleep, I can never sleep properly, and I've developed a fear of sleeping. I don't care what this is. My imagination, something supernatural, just dreams. I don't give a crap what it is. I just want it to stop. But it never does. Okay, so I hate to end the video on such a depressing note, but I still get sleep paralysis, it still sucks. What can you do, you know? Also, yes, we now have merch. The link will be in the description and the information card above. Thank you so much to the anime boyfriend over on Fiverr for voicing that part of the video, as well as my friends who helped me out with the little skit. I mean, I guess I love you guys. Oh, I've also started creating short comics over on Instagram, so if you ever feel like more Sultan Sketches content, just head over there and there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go pass out now. Okay, love you, bye.